class status and mostly use Kuyunun at home. The respondents were exposed to English grammar from time to time. Moreover, majority of the respondents have a general weighted average ranging from 85 to 89. On the levels of grammatical competence of the students, most respondents have a poor grasp of grammatical competence, particularly in formulating questions and models. It was also revealed that they need improvements in subject-verb agreement, tenses of verbs, and parts of the speech, which are deemed crucial in terms of grammar. Despite this, the students have a high motivation and highly positive in learning grammar. Out of the 23 learning style, the top 10 are visual, random, intuitive, analytical, particular, deductive, closure-oriented, concrete, sequential, introverted, auditory, and sharpener. On the other hand, the most used teaching strategies by English teachers are grammar translation method and task-based language teachings. Their attitude toward teaching grammar are also highly positive. Regarding instructional material, their most used instructional materials are teacher-made learning plans, workbooks, manipulatives, models, or other objects, localized non-electronic modules, and audiovisual learning media. Lastly, English teachers' mastery of grammar is under the approaching proficiency level. So the recommendations: educators and administrators should design a tailor-fit after-school-based grammatical literacy intervention program for the identified struggling learners in order to further develop their grammatical proficiency. Two, English teachers should improve students' level of grammatical competence in the areas of subject-verb agreement, tenses of verbs, and parts of speech using appropriate instructional materials and teaching strategies. Three, in order to keep their grammatical competence up to date, English teachers should periodically review grammar ideas and attend seminars. Administrators, on the other hand, should provide training for teachers in implementing other grammar teaching strategies and techniques to widen their approaches. The prospective researcher, lastly, may carry out a thorough qualitative analysis of the factors influencing students' grammatical performance in order to gain a deeper understanding of the needs and condition of the students that impact their academic progress. So that would be all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you
Mr.
so
Batero.
much, Rinfred, for enlightening research contribution. At this point, may I request the participants that if you have questions or points of clarification about the presentation, do not hesitate to ask the presenter. Any question from the participants regarding the presentation of Sir Rado? I guess there's no question. So we move forward now to our second presenter. And may I call on Ma'am Maria Cristina Kamakam, Ma-Ex. Yes, dear.
Please present the certificate of Mr. Rinfed Radok. Please read the certificate.
Allow me to read the content of certificates. University of St. Louis Tuguegarao City, Cagayan, Philippines, a CICM Catholic Education Institution, awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Rinfred G. Radok. It's grateful recognition for presenting his research entitled Learner and Instructional Facts in Grammar Teaching and Learning, a basis for a proposed grammatic literacy program in Cuyo, Palawan, during the School Research Forum, held on May 11, 2024 at the University of St. Louis, Tuguegarao City, given this 11th day of May in the year of our Lord 2024. Signed, Ma'am Irene Tikilang, PhD Dean of School of Graduate Studies and Professional Development, and Dr. Manuel James P. Pataguan, Vice President for Academics. Thank you so much, Sir Rado. Moving forward to our second presenter, may I call on Ma'am Maria Cristina Kamakam, MAED student, to present her study.
Good day, everyone. It is my... Wait lang po, sir. Okay. Wait lang po.
Ma'am Kamakam, focus only on research questions and the results of the study. Because
Yes,
that's
but...
of the presentation.
Okay, Doc. Okay, Doc. So it is with great pleasure to present to you my research titled The Extent of Engagement of Parents of Their Roles in the Values Formation of Their Children, a Basis of School Parents Partnership Framework. For the introduction, a person is being shaped by varied influences. These are the internal influence and the external influence. So internally, a person's genetics, personality, traits, cognitive abilities play a significant role in influencing actions and decisions. Externally, social and environmental factors have a profound impact on individuals. Social influences such as family, friends, and cultural norms shape a person's beliefs, values, and social behaviors. Focusing on social force, socialization is defined as a process that introduces people to social norms and customs, called 2020. This process helps individuals function well in society and in turn helps society run smoothly. He stresses this claim by emphasizing that the family plays a key role in the transmission of cultural values, beliefs, and customs, in the molding of the personality and character of its members, and in ensuring conformity to norms through its socialization function. Furthermore, the family's role in socialization is important since it is in the social institution which the child usually spends more time with. The family has long been recognized as the cornerstone of society, serving as the primary institution for socialization and the transmission of cultural values from one generation to the next. In this context, parents are bestowed with a profound responsibility to guide and nurture their children's moral and ethical development. As such, the extent of parental engagement in their roles as moral and ethical guides is a matter of enduring significance. Understanding the extent to which parents engage in their roles as moral, ethical guides is of paramount importance, both from a theoretical and practical perspective. Po, parents must see that they are responsible in regards with child formation and ensure that the children must be molded well, for it is in this way that they suit true to their role as first teachers. GOSUM 2020. This emphasizes the importance of parental involvement. Masuko 2021 that parental involvement is a critical factor to children's academic success. She found out that parental involvement is important for children's academic success and that parent-school partnerships and supports were critically necessary. In the Philippines, the family holds significant esteem due to values that set it apart. Filipinos prioritize the family because its sacredness is deepened by the tradition and history shaping the Filipino perspective on family values. GOSUM 2020. Understanding the extent to which parents engage in their roles as moral and ethical guides for paramount importance. Okay. There are rapid changes in society, including the proliferation of technology and the increasing diversity of family structures, have raised questions about the evolving dynamics of parental involvement in children's value development. Today's Generation Z in the country are facing more mental health issues than the rest of the world, Ichimura 2023. This is due to the challenges that they face, such as stress or feeling depressed or sad, and lacking interest, motivation, or energy, Bithun 2019. It was also found that only 50% of all Gen Zs feel like they do enough to manage their stress. With this, the importance of parental involvement, specifically parent-child relationships and their influence on values formation, is a great factor for them to succeed in life. From this perspective, the study is grounded in the belief that the formation of values is a complex, multifaceted process influenced by a range of variables including family dynamics, cultural norms, and societal change. Okay, examining the extent of parental involvement in values formation, the study aimed to provide a comprehensive analysis of the extent of parental engagement in their roles as architects of their children's values along educational practice, communication and respect, autonomy and involvement, emotional climate, and socio-cultural practices. To contribute valuable insights into the evolving nature of values formation within the family, which will ultimately inform policies, programs, and interventions aimed at strengthening the role of parents in nurturing the moral and ethical growth of the next generation, ensuring a more just and harmonious society. For the research questions, this study was conducted to determine the extent of engagement of parents of grade 7 students in the values formation of their children. Specifically, it sought to answer the following questions. What is the profile of the students of the respondents along the following questions, specifically sex, age, number of children, occupation, highest educational attainment, living conditions, socioeconomic status, and residence. What is the extent of engagement of parents in their role as values formators along educational practice, communication and respect, autonomy and involvement, emotional climate, and sociocultural practices? Is there a significant difference in the extent of engagement of parents in the role of values formation when grouped according to profile variables? The research is the for the significance of the study, for the parents, the study findings will provide valuable insights into current trends and best practices in parental engagement. So this knowledge can empower parents to navigate the evolving social landscape and make informed choices about raising their children with strong values. Parents and Teachers Association, by understanding the dynamics of parental engagement, the research can inform the development of programs and resources that directly support children's well-being and values formation. Policymakers and program developers, the research will provide valuable data to inform the development of targeted policies and programs. These initiatives can equip Filipino families with the necessary tools and resources to effectively transmit values to their children in the face of social change. For the Department of Education, understanding the challenges and opportunities faced by Filipino families can guide the creation of support systems, such as workshops or educational materials that address specific needs related to parental engagement in value formation. The broader Philippine society, by supporting Filipino families in effectively shaping their children's values, so this research contributes to a more just and harmonious society, Children raised with strong values are more likely to make positive choices and contribute meaningfully to their communities. The research sheds light on how Filipino families transmit cultural values and traditions, ensuring a strong foundation in Filipino heritage for future generations. For future researchers, the research methodology employed in this study can serve as a model for future research projects investigating parental engagement in other cultural contexts. So this can lead to a more comprehensive understanding of how families worldwide navigate the complexities of shaping their children's values. So this research is delved into the complex interplay between parental engagement and value formation in Filipino families undergoing rapid social change. So the conceptual framework utilizes Einstein's model of parental involvement 2007. So this focuses on the family, the school, and the community with the child being at the core. So there are 6 typologies of involvement: parenting, communicating, volunteering, learning at home, decision making, collaborating with the community.
Ano na yung mga apo ma?
Here is the paradigm showing the dependent and independent variables of the study. The independent variables include the respondent's profile along sex, age, number of children, occupation, highest educational attainment, living conditions, socioeconomic status, and residence. And the dependent variable deals with the extent of engagement of parents in their role as values formators along educational practice, communication and respect, autonomy and involvement, emotional climate, and sociocultural practices. Along research design, the researcher used descriptive research design using quantitative approach, for it looked into the extent of engagement of parents of their roles in the values formation of their children. For the locale of the study, this study was conducted at Cagayan National High School Junior High during the school year 2023-2024. This school offers not only regular curriculum, but also varied programs under basic education curriculum. For the samples and sampling procedures, the respondents of the study were the 145 parents from both regular and SPFL classes of Cagayan National High School Junior High. The respondents were randomly selected from the 3 programs: Science, Technology, and Engineering program, regular program, and special program in foreign language. The study made use of a researcher-made questionnaire, so for the research instrument, and was subjected to content validation by the 6 experts. So the aforementioned experts were those who are teaching in values education for more than 20 years and those with relevant trainings in their field of values education. The validators were asked of the relevance of the statements in the questionnaire: highly relevant, quite relevant, somewhat relevant, and not relevant. So the evaluation of the panel of experts was subjected to content validity index analysis, the guidelines of POLIT and BEP. From the content validity indices, all dimensions have an interpretation of good reliability. After the expert validation, the study tool was subjected to pilot testing to 15 people who are not the respondents of the study to determine the reliability of the questionnaire. The results of the Cronbach's alpha analysis have an interpretation of good reliability. The first part of the questionnaire asked for the basic information of the respondents. So the second part of the questionnaire comprised of 25 items, 5 items for each dimension and on the extent of engagement of parents in their role as values formators along educational practice, communication and respect, autonomy and involvement, emotional climate, and sociocultural practices. A 4-point Likert scale ranging from not relevant to highly relevant was used to indicate respondents' answers. For the data gathering procedure, the researcher informed the advisor of each class and the learners whose parents were taken as respondents as to the conduct of the study, after which permission was sought from the respondents of the study through a written letter or electronic mail. Adhering to ethical considerations, the purpose of conducting the research was indicated in the letter. The researcher personally administered the questionnaire to the respondents to assure 100% retrieval. This was done during the parent-teacher conference set by the advisor. Questionnaires via Google Form was sent by the researcher to parents who were physically present in school or who did not attend the parent-teacher conference. Ay, bumalik. Wait lang. For the data analysis, frequency and to analyze the data to be gathered, frequency and percentage was used in analyzing the profile of the respondents in terms of sex, age, number of children, occupation, highest educational attainment, living conditions, socioeconomic status, and residence. The extent of engagement of parents of their roles in the values formation of their children was analyzed using mean and Likert scale. So inferential statistics such as t-test and ANOVA was used in identifying the significant differences between extent of engagement of parents in the role of values formation of their children according to profile variables. In analyzing the difference and the extent of engagement of parents in the role in values formation of their children when grouped according to profile variables, independent sample t-test ANOVA or analysis of variance were used. Significance ANOVA leads to post hoc ANOVA analysis with the use of Skiffis test. Hypotheses were tested at 0.05 level of significance. The following are the findings of the study. Along the demographic profile of respondents, as to sex, female has the highest frequency, and as to age, years 36 to 40 has the highest frequency of 45 or 31%, and 56 to 60 years old, which has the lowest frequency of 1 or 0.7%. As to the number of children, parents with 2 children has the highest frequency of 47, and parents with 5 and above has the lowest frequency of 6 or 4.1%. As to occupation, craft and related trades workers has the highest frequency of 47 or 32.41%. The occupation with the lowest frequency of 6 or 4.14% includes elementary occupations. As to highest educational attainment, college graduate has the highest frequency of 88 or 60.7%, and the lowest is elementary undergrad with a frequency of 1 or 0.7%. As to living conditions, nuclear family type has the greatest number of frequency of 94, while extended family type has only a frequency of 51 or 35.2%. As to socioeconomic status, most of the respondents belong to middle class with a frequency of 111 or 76.55%. As to residence, most of the respondents live in the urban area with a frequency of 123 or 84.8%, and the residence type, which is the lowest, is rural with a frequency of 4 or 2.8%. So the demographic profile of the respondents reveals the diversity of the respondents in varied aspects. So this shows that this diversity in respondents' varied demographic profiles provides valuable insights into the factors that may influence or be associated with levels of parental involvement. Looking into the extent of engagement of parents in their roles in values formation, along educational practice, it can be seen from the table that statement number 1 has the highest weighted mean of 3.90, followed by statement 3 with a weighted mean of 3.88, and then statement number 4 with a weighted mean of 3.81. So this suggests that parents are deeply committed and actively participate in influencing their children's values and moral development within the educational context. So this also shows that parents are actively involved in school events, parent-teacher meetings, and educational programs. Parents also show that they take intentional steps to reinforce and model values at home that complements the educational messages their children received at school. They are open for communication between parents and teachers regarding the values being taught and reinforced in the educational setting. So they consciously act as role models for the values they wish to instill in their children, reinforcing the importance of those values through their own behavior, and they take an active interest in their children's academic progress and guide their learning experiences to align with their values. So looking into the extent of engagement of parents in their role in values formation along communication and respect, the table shows that statement number 5 has the highest weighted mean of 3.90, followed by statement 2 with a weighted mean of 3.85, and statement numbers 1 and 3 with a weighted mean of 3.83. So this shows that parents are actively and deeply committed to fostering positive communication and a culture of respect within the family. It can also be noted that parents who are highly engaged in fostering communication prioritize creating an environment where children feel comfortable expressing themselves through encouraging and open and honest dialogue. Actively listen to their children's thoughts and concerns, and provide constructive feedback, actively model and teach respectful communication skills to their children, which includes demonstrating the importance of listening, using polite language, and considering others' perspectives. Looking into the extent of engagement of parents in their roles in values formation along autonomy and involvement, it can be gleaned on the table that statement number 3 has the highest weighted mean of 3.89, followed by statement number 2 with a weighted mean of 3.88, and then statement number 5 with a weighted mean of 3.83. So this shows that parents are actively and deeply committed to fostering their children's independence, self-determination, and a sense of involvement in their own lives. It reflects a parenting approach that values and supports a child's journey towards self-discovery and the development of a strong sense of self. For the engagement of parents in their roles in values formation along emotional climate, the table reveals that statement number 4 has the highest weighted mean of 3.89, followed by statement number 5 with a weighted mean of 3.88, and then statement numbers 1 and 2 with a weighted mean of 3.86. This shows that parents are dynamically, intensely committed to creating a positive and supportive emotional environment within the family. This also shows that parents ensure emotional support, promote positive emotions, teach emotional intelligence, ensure open communication about feelings, foster conflict resolution with empathy, celebrate achievements, provide a sense of security, and cultivate resilience. It can be noted that a high level of parental involvement in shaping values related to the emotional climate indicates a commitment to creating a nurturing and supportive family environment. So this involves not only addressing the practical aspects of parenting, but also actively fostering emotional well-being, resilience, and positive relationships within the family unit. For the extent of engagement of parents in their roles in values formation along social-cultural practices, the table reveals that statement number 5 has the highest weighted mean of 3.94, followed by statement 3 with a weighted mean of 3.93, and then statement number 1 with a weighted mean of 3.88. So the data reveals that parents are actively and deeply committed to instilling cultural values, traditions, and social norms within their children. With these, sociocultural practices encompasses the cultural values, beliefs, and traditions that parents bring to their children's educational experiences. The data along the extent of engagement of parents and their roles in values formation The different dimension signifies a comprehensive and holistic approach to parenting that aims to shape various aspects of a child's development. So this indicates a conscious and comprehensive effort to shape a child's values and overall development, fostering a balanced and nurturing environment. Looking into the difference in the extent of engagement of parents in the in value formation of their children when grouped according to profile variables, Table 3.8 presents the data on parental engagement in shaping their children's values, categorized by various parent profiles. The table reveals three statistically significant factors influencing parental engagement: sex, socioeconomic status, and residence. The research findings suggest a universality in the commitment of parents to actively participate in the values formation of their children. Despite the diversity in demographic factors, these specific variables, the age, number of children, occupation, highest educational attainment, and living conditions, do not seem to be associated with variations in parental engagement in these particular aspects of parenting. These findings also highlight the importance of recognizing diversity in parenting practices and tailoring support and intervention based on the specific needs associated with sex, socioeconomic status, and residence. Table 3.b provides valuable data for further analysis focusing into the post-hoc test results for the significant factors identified in Table 3.a sex. So the table reveals a mean score of 3.81 for fathers and 3.89 for mothers on the parental engagement in values formation. This means that female parents are more actively involved in shaping and instilling values in their children than male parents. Furthermore, the result implies that females may exhibit communication styles or methods that are perceived as more conducive to values formation. So this could involve effective dialogue, active listening, and empathetic communication. Female parents might be more attuned to the emotional needs of their children, providing a supportive environment that fosters the development of positive values and emotional well-being. Table 3.c presents post hoc ANOVA from the findings in Table 3.a, focusing on socioeconomic status, a significant factor influencing parental engagement in shaping children's values. Findings reveal that parents from high and middle income backgrounds reported statistically similar levels of engagement in values formation. The difference in their mean scores was negligible. Okay. Meanwhile, a concerning disparity emerged for parents from low-income backgrounds. They reported significantly lower engaged compared to both high income, with a mean difference of 0.141, and a middle income with a mean difference of 0.203 parents. So the findings suggest a complex link between socioeconomic status and parental involvement in terms of values formation. So both high income and middle income parents demonstrate a similar level of engagement. The absence of a significant difference suggests that income level does not play a major role in distinguishing the two groups in this context. High income parents, on average, demonstrate a higher level of involvement in shaping and instilling values in their children compared to low-income parents. So this difference could be influenced by various factors such as access to resources, time availability, and educational opportunities. These findings highlight the potential influence of income on parental engagement in values formation, suggesting that higher income levels may be associated with a greater degree of involvement in shaping the values of children. Table 3.d highlights the influence of residents on parental engagement in values formation. Findings suggest that parents in urban areas reported significantly higher engagement with a mean score of 3.88 compared to those in semi-urban areas with a mean score of 3.72. Interestingly, the difference between urban and rural with a mean score of 3.04, parents wasn't statistically significant. So this means that parents from urban and rural areas on average demonstrate a similar level of engagement in shaping and instilling values in their children. The absence of a significant difference suggests that the location does not play a major role in distinguishing the two groups in terms of values formation. This also shows that urban parents on average demonstrate a higher level of involvement in values formation than parents from semi-urban areas. This suggests that there is a statistically significant difference between the two groups, with urban parents showing a greater degree of engagement in this aspect. From the findings, the following conclusions are derived. Overall, parents reported high levels of engagement in all aspects of values formation, including educational practices, communication, autonomy, emotional climate, and cultural identity. This highlights their commitment to influencing their children's moral development. Parents placed a strong emphasis on open communication, respect, emotional support, and role modeling. This aligns with the growing recognition of social emotional learning's importance for academic success and well-being. Three factors showed statistically significant differences in parental engagement: sex, socioeconomic status, and residence. Mothers reported slightly higher engagement than fathers, potentially reflecting variations in parenting styles. Parents from high and middle income backgrounds reported similar engagement levels. However, parents from low income backgrounds reported significantly lower engagement, suggesting a lack of resources or support systems. And parents in urban areas reported higher engagement compared to those in semi-urban areas. The difference between urban and rural parents wasn't statistically significant, warranting further exploration. The following are the recommendations from the study. Schools and communities should provide resources and programs that cater to diverse family backgrounds and schedules to bridge the engagement gap for low-income and geographically distant families. Collaborative efforts between parents, educators, and researchers are crucial to develop and implement effective strategies that support parents in shaping their children's values. This includes ongoing research to understand the specific needs of different parent groups, particularly in rural areas. Schools should create inclusive learning environments that celebrate cultural diversity and offer opportunities for students to learn about different cultures. This reinforces the positive parental practices identified in the study. Promote school-wide initiatives that celebrate cultural diversity and create a welcoming environment for all students and families. Integrate social emotional learning programs into the curriculum. This equips students with skills for managing emotions, resolving conflicts, and building positive relationships, of all which contribute to strong values formation. And shift the focus of parent-teacher conferences to include discussions on students' character development and progress in developing positive values. Okay, that ends my research presentation. Thank you and God bless everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Christina, for that illuminating insights and thought-provoking findings you have shared to us. At this moment, I guess
Sarah,
Sir Boyet Batang has a question.
Dr. Bayet
He's raising his hand.
Hello, good morning. This is not
Good morning,
this
sir.
this is not a question but a reminder to all researchers in the presentations earlier that when we talk of conclusions, let's try to avoid the repetition of the results of the study. But rather, when we talk of conclusions, we make it to a point to prepare a pedagogical implication rather than repeat the results of the study. So just a friendly reminder to all our researchers that in case later on you wish to publish your paper in International Reference Journal, make it to a point to determine the pedagogical implications rather than repeating the narration of results of the study. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Batang, for that friendly reminder for everyone.
Well taken, Dr. Batang. During the defense, it was really highlighted that Ms. Kamakam should come up with a statement rather than the summary of the results of the finding. However, he was not able to incorporate it in this presentation.
Okay, at this juncture, may I request Ma'am Ann Andres to share the certificate on the screen? Allow me to read the content of the certificate. The same certificate is also given to Maria Cristina Kamakam. It's grateful recognition for presenting her research entitled The Extent of Engagement of Parents in Their Roles in the Values Formation of Their Children, a basis of school parentship framework during the Graduate School Research Forum held on May 11, 2024 at the University of St. Louis Tuguegarao, given this 11th day of May in the year of the Lord 2024. Signed, Dean of School of Graduate Studies and Continuing Professional Development, Dr. Pyrin Tikilang, and our Vice President for Academics, Emmanuel James P. Patagpuan. Thank you so much, Ma'am Kamakam, for that very wonderful presentation. At this moment, may we also invite our third presenter, Dr. Victor Villaluz, to share his research study.
Sir Vic, sorry to interrupt, hindi ka po namin naririnig.
Nova. And the teaching professor among during engineering programs offer. Today I will be presenting my study in exploratory
Media player pa kaya siya?
engineering and higher education institution for employee retention.
Hindi ko nga minute. Ay,
The first question. This study was conducted to look into the journey of engineering educators in the teaching profession among engineering schools in Cagayan Valley region. So question number 1. What is the profile of engineering school along the following? A. Engineering programs offered. B. Accreditation status. Internationalization certification. Typology. Number of full-time faculty. Number of enrolled students. The second question is, what is the profile of the engineering educators along the following? A. Sex. B. Age. C. Religion. D. Higher educational attainment. E. Specialization. Number of years in the academy. Civil status. Type of school from which you obtained your bachelor's degree. Number of training attended for the past 3 years. Membership of professional organization. Industry experience. Designation. Status. Research involvement for the past 3 years. And community engagement for the past 3 years. So question number 3, what are the practices employed by schools to retain engineering educators along A. Hiring, B. Public development program, C. Remuneration and compensation, D. Incentive mechanism and other management practices. So the question number 4, is there a significant difference on the practices employed by the schools to retain the engineering educators for groups according to their profile? And fifth question, what are the enabling and restraining factors that affect in the retention of engineering educators in the teaching profession? For the results, in Table 1, profile of engineering school. Under the profile variable, engineering programs offered are the following: civil engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering, geographic engineering, and sanitary engineering. For the accrediting body, we have the PASCO, the PACUCUNA, and NAG. For the international certification, ISO certification, and then for the diploma, university. For the Figure 2, accreditation status of private engineering schools.
uh, for school C, B, E, and F. So you notice that in school C, there are 5 accredited programs, and some of the schools are not accredited. School B and School B and School F. For figure 3, number of full-time faculty for the last 5 years. Okay, we start for School A, for school year 22-23, we have 21. School B, we have 6. School C, we have 27. School D, we have 6. School E, we have 16. And School F, we have 9. For school year 22-23. Even for number of enrolled students for the past 5 years. Okay, this is the graph for from 2018, school year 2018-2019 to school year 22-23. The school A being the highest, we have 2,186. Next is school C, 1,227. Okay. And school F is the same. Number of instructor respondents. For this table, we have the variables, sex, age, religion, higher educational attainment, field of specialization, number of years in the academy, civil status, type of school graduated from, number of training attended related to engineering education for the past 3 years, and membership to professional organization, industry experience, designation, and employment status. Another variable is the research criteria. Research presentation, research publication, patent, community engagement. For technically standard assessment of practices employed by higher education institutions to retain engineering educators. For the practices, we have the hiring recruitment, faculty development program, remuneration and compensation, incentive mechanism, other management practices. For table test of significant difference in the assessment of the standards and practices employed by higher education institutions to retain engineering educators according to their profile. Okay? We have the variable, sex, age, religion, educational attainment, and field of specialization, years in the academy, civil status, and training attended, and professional membership. Another is the industry experience, designation, employment status, research involvement, research completed, research presentation, research publication, patent, and community engagement. For table 4A, this is the post-test analysis and the significant difference in the assessment of respondents on the content and practice of incentive mechanism per group according to the number of training attended. In the number of training attended, we have less than 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and greater than 10. This is the mean difference and the p-value. For the results, there is a significant difference in respondent assessment of HR practices along incentive mechanism can group according to the number of training attended. And there is a significant difference in the assessment of respondents with patent and those without patent and the other management practices of engineering service. Next is the major factors affecting the retention of engineering educators for the training profession. We have the work-life balance, holistic development, security of tenure, transformational teaching and full student engagement, practice a positive work culture and environment, gratitude to alma mater, and prestige and educational institutional benefits. Next is the perceived external factors affecting the retention of learning educators in the teaching profession. One is the limited or lack of learning resources material, classroom management and pedagogical challenges. Another is the communication skill and excessive workload. Tribute to the first framework to engineers in the academy. Okay? This is the first framework
Engineering, maganda nga graduate school ba?
and the academy. For the conclusion, the findings of the study highlight the diversity of practices implemented by higher education institutions to retain engineering educators. The results indicate that this institution prioritizes effective hiring and recruitment processes, faculty development programs that support the growth and retention of teachers, comprehensive remuneration and compensation strategies, incentive mechanism to recognize achievement and loyalty, and management practices fostering employee wellness and a positive school culture. In addition, the retention of engineering educators to the teaching profession is included in the several related factors. The study highlights the importance of work-life balance, holistic development, security of tenure, transformational teaching and full student engagement, positive work culture and environment, gratitude to alma mater, and prestige and institutional benefits. These factors contribute to faculty members' satisfaction, commitment, and sense of purpose in the teaching roles. Work-life balance allows educators to have more control over their time and balance their personal.
Ako rin ang game mo ba? Question 6 ra niya. Is there a significant difference in the level of financial literacy among respondents when grouped according to demographic profile?
Engagement in the research.
8 tables ba? Ano ba?
Growth. Security of tenure provides job stability and long-term commitment to the institution. Transformational teaching and full student engagement create intrinsic reward and a sense of purpose in making a positive impact on students' life. Positive work culture and environment foster collaboration, appreciation and work-life balance. Gratitude to alma mater and sense of institutional loyalty motivate faculty members to give back to the institution and contribute to its reputation. Finally, the prestige and institutional benefits associated with prestige institution enhance faculty members' professional identity and career prospects. Finally, several external factors affect the retention of engineering educators in the teaching profession. These factors include limited or lack of learning resource materials, classroom management, and pedagogical challenges, remuneration schemes, and excessive workload. The absence of essential instructional equipment and inadequate classroom conditions hinder educators' ability to effectively teach and engage students. Managing a diverse classroom with discipline issues and disruptive behavior presents difficulties in maintaining a conducive learning environment. Faculty members also face challenges in adapting to new teaching methods, and staying updated with evolving educational trends. Additionally, an attractive remuneration scheme and comparatively low salaries in private educational institutions diminish motivation and commitment. The excessive workload and the pressure to balance teaching responsibilities with research obligations and administrative demands contribute to mental and emotional stress, including burnout. Private educational with the recommendations, private educational institution may create an environment that promotes the professional growth and satisfaction of engineering educators, ultimately enhancing the overall quality of education and student learning outcomes in the field of engineering. Schools should provide adequate learning resources, support classroom management strategies, offer competitive remuneration packages, and promote a healthy work-life balance to enhance job satisfaction and retention among engineering educators. Another is engineering schools may continue employing timely decisions and proactive hiring practices to secure the stability. At the same, they need to maintain effective recruitment strategies such as campaigns, online and offline postings, and visits from accredited professional organizations to attract potential engineering teacher candidates. Another is school administrators to strengthen induction and support programs for novice teachers, including mentoring, coaching, and feedback from experienced teachers. At the same time, they may offer scholarship grants and local modification to support instructors in their continuing professional education.
Thank you so much, Dr. Villaluz. Your analysis and insightful interpretations truly showcase the depth of our expertise. Okay, before we award the certificate, if there will be point of clarifications or any recommendations about the study, you may just simply raise it by just simply clicking the raise hand button. Thank you. I guess there's no more question. So at this juncture, may I request Ma'am Ann Andres to share the certificate on the screen. The same certificate of appreciation is also given to Victor Villaluz DEM. It's grateful recognition for presenting his research entitled Are Engineers for Industry or Academe? The Experience of Private Higher Education Institutions during the Graduate School Research Forum held on May 11, 2024 at the University of St. Louis, Tuguegarao City, given this 11th day of May in the year of our Lord 2022. Signed, Dr. Pyrene Tiquilang, Dean of School of Graduate Studies and Continuing Professional Development, and Dr. Emmanuel James P. Pataguan, Vice President for Academics. Moving on to our fourth presenter, may I now call on Ma'am Abigail Lacuyao, MAED, EDD student for her presentation.
Okay. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes po, ma'am.
All right. A pleasant morning to everyone. I am Abigail H. Lakiao, and the research study that I'm going to present is focused on the implementation of hybrid learning in public elementary schools towards the development of a learning framework for flexibility. This research study is geared towards the evaluation of the implementation of hybrid learning in public elementary schools and in the development of a framework for flexibility. Specifically, it looked into the teachers' profiles, the extent of implementation of hybrid learning. It also delved into the assessment of the teaching learning process in hybrid learning environment, as well as the significant differences of teachers' responses according to their profiles. It also looked into the issues and challenges of teachers faced in the implementation of hybrid learning and eventually develop a framework for effective hybrid teaching in elementary schools. This study both used the quantitative and qualitative method of research. Quantitative method of research was used to look into the level or extent of assessment of the teachers in the implementation of hybrid learning in the public elementary schools, as well as the assessment of the teaching and learning process of hybrid learning. Qualitative method of research was used to look into the issues and challenges of the teachers in the implementation of hybrid learning. Results of the study showed that most of the teachers are female teachers, with 77.5% of the total respondents, and that 26.6% are male teachers. As to the age, it can be seen from the result that across three groups, 40 to 49, or teachers with 40 to 49, aging, to 49 to 49, 30 to 39, and less than 29, it is reasonably balanced. However, teachers aging 50 and below are less represented with only 16.2% of the total respondents. Looking into the number of years in teaching, it can be seen that most of the teachers have 3 years or less of experience, with 36.6% of the total respondents. And for teachers with 4 to 10 years of experience, it is at 26.8% of the total respondents, and 11.3% of the total respondents are having 11 to 15 years of teaching experience. Now, when we look into the teaching position, most of the teachers are teacher 3 and teacher 2. Master teachers are less represented, with 7.7% for master teacher 1 and only 4.2% for master teachers 2. Now, as to the number of training attended related to hybrid learning, interestingly, none of the teachers have attended trainings related to hybrid learning, with 49.3% of the total respondents, and only 35.2% of the total respondents have 1 to 2 training attended related to hybrid learning. And for those teachers who have attended 3 or more training attended related to hybrid learning, it is only at 15.5% of the total respondents. Now, when we try to look into their highest educational attainment, most of them are having a master's degree with 33.8%. And for those who have MA units or MS units, it is at 32.4%. Interestingly, none of the teachers were able to finish their PhD or EDD. Now, for the school-based management and the school type, most of the teachers are teaching in a school-based management level 2 schools, with 77.5% of the total respondents, and most of them are teaching in elementary schools with a percentage of 64.8% of the total respondents. Now, when we try to look into the extent of implementation of hybrid learning, it can be seen that most of the teachers deem the area on on the areas of managing school operation, teaching and learning, as well as school community coordination to be fully implemented. However, as to the well-being and protection, it is only implemented with an average mean of 3.40 3.40. The overall assessment of the teachers as to the extent of implementation of hybrid learning, it is fully implemented with an average mean of 3.50. The significant differences on the level of implementation of hybrid learning lies on gender, number of years in teaching, teaching positions, and school-based management level. Now, as to the assessment on the implementation of the teaching learning process in a hybrid learning, the teachers assess all the areas: learning design, learning materials, learning objectives and outcomes, technology, learner support, organizational commitment, quality of instruction, and quality and quantity of learning to be of great extent. But it can be noted that technology has the lowest average mean, which is only at 3.01. Overall, teachers assess the implementation of teaching learning process in a hybrid learning environment to be of great extent with an average mean of 3.28. Significant difference lie on the gender, number of years in teaching, teaching positions, educational attainment, number of trainings attended, and school type. The issues and challenges faced by the teachers on the implementation of hybrid learning are the following. First is the scarcity of resources and materials. Also, the insufficient training and professional development, lack of community participation, ineffective pedagogical strategies, as well as limited internet connectivity. With all the data collected both in the quantitative and qualitative, this proposed hybrid learning framework is focused on the training and professional development for teachers, ensuring access to different resources and materials, and to have an established guidelines that is clear, as well as clear instructions for the teachers. This proposed hybrid learning framework is also should also be focused on involving the community, especially the parents or guardians of the learners for support, and there should be a continuous evaluation and improvement so that effective pedagogical strategies are implemented. And lastly, there should be an enhancement of internet connectivity in the public elementary schools. With all the findings of the research, with the proposed framework for flexibility, and with the results of all the data collected, all this can be used as basis to have an effective hybrid learning environment and to have a more inclusive hybrid learning for educators, for learners, and for a wider community, for a wider educational community, so that we can be ensured that in the implementation of hybrid learning, we can navigate challenges in education and we can transform learning. That ends my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Abigail, for a very innovative and compelling findings that advance our understanding about the subject matter. May I request the participants that if you have questions, you may just simply raise your hand so that we can simply address it. Thank you. Okay, if there will be no more questions, once again, may I request Ma'am Andres to share the certificate on the screen. The same certificate of appreciation is also given to Abigail Lakiao Maed. It's grateful recognition for presenting her research entitled The Implementation of Hybrid Learning in Public Elementary Schools Towards the Development of a Learning Framework for Flexibility during the Graduate School Research Forum held on May 11, 2024 at the University of St. Louis, Tuguegarao City. Given this day, May 11, 2024, in the year of our Lord 2024. Signed, Dr. Pyrin Tiquilang, Dean of School of Graduate Studies and Continuing Professional Development, and our Vice President for Academics, Emmanuel James P. Patagwan. Thank you so much, Ma'am Abigail. At this juncture, may we also invite our fifth presenter, Ma'am Priscilla Lecupa Maed, EDD student, to share her study.
Good morning, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes po, ma'am. Visible na po.
The esteemed research enthusiast of the University of St. Louis, Dr. Emmanuel James Patagwan, Vice President for Academics, Dr. Pyrin Kilang, the Dean of the Graduate School of Continuing Professional Development, Dr. Darin Jan Tindowen, University Research Development Center Director, Dr. Boyet Batang of the Isabela State University, my co-research presenters, and all the attendees of this 2024 Graduate School Research Forum, good morning to everyone. I am honored to discuss with you the salient findings of my dissertation entitled Public Schools Teachers' Journey in the Results-Based Performance Management System, a basis for a proposed policy reform in its implementation. Yours truly, Priscilla Lecupa, the researcher. This presentation will feature a brief introduction, an overview of the research questions, methods, a presentation of research results, discussions, conclusions, and recommendations. At this juncture, the Results-Based Performance Management System, or the RPMS, is a performance management system for Filipino teachers. It is a mandate of the Department of Education, which is tied up with the Civil Service Commission Memorandum Circular Number 6, Series of 2012, or the Strategic Performance Management System. It includes a standardized evaluation of teachers' performance in a rating period as reflected in the IPCRF of the teachers. Researches such as Ormilla 2021, Catalogo, and the Romal 2021, and others have shown that there is moderate to high extent of implementation of the RPMS, but there were findings which state that there is a lack of feedback and insufficient information in the dissemination regarding the policy. Gaps in research were identified, such as relationship of implementation and rating, reward system of DepEd, and challenges encountered in connection to profiles. Hence, this study sought to reveal the extent of implementation of the RPMS, explore the experiences of teachers in the RPMS cycle, and crafted a policy reform. The general objectives of the study was to assess the extent of implementation of the 4 phases of the RPMS cycle in the RPMS, and it aimed to answer the following questions. Here are the 6 questions which were answered in the study. Here are the profile of the respondents which were undertaken and collaborated with the data gathered. First is the personal factors, second, educational factors, and work-related factors. Here are the methods of my study. As you can see, the design is a mixed method. It is a descriptive and qualitative method. And then the locale of the study is in the Schools Division of Cagayan, particularly District 1 secondary schools under small, medium, large, and mega schools. The respondents of the study were taken using stratified random sampling, where 321 secondary school teachers, 1 to 3 of District 1 were taken, and there were 51 implementers who are head teachers, master teachers, and school head taken as respondents. The instrument of the study are first, a modified survey questionnaire, which undergone reliability tests with a Cronbach alpha of 0.981, which means it is excellent, and a focus group discussion guide, which was quality assured by experts. The procedure undertaken were first sought approval and consent, then implemented a survey, and a face-to-face focus group discussions were given or conducted. In analysis of data, here are the statistical tools that were used: frequency, mean, percentage, independent samples of t-test, one-way analysis of variance, explanatory sequential design, which combine the results of the qualitative and quantitative results to explain the data gathered. There are areas which were highlighted in the results of the study. First is the profile of the teacher's respondents, the extent of implementation of the 4 phases of the RPMS cycle, significant differences in the implementation of the RPMS, experiences of teachers in the 4 phases of the RPMS cycle, and lastly, a proposed policy reform in the RPMS cycle to address implementation challenges and issues. First, I would like to show you the profile of the respondents. First, in the personal factors, we could see here that most of the respondents are female. Their mean age is 37. Mostly, their age bracket is 30 to 39. The marital status, most of them is married, and most of them are Catholics. For the educational factors, we can see here that there are more teachers who have masteral units for those, and others have also masteral degree. Most of them have English as their major of specialization, and only one teacher is an ESP major. Meanwhile, data shows that the CPD involvement of teachers for the last 3 years are low because only few have conducted action research, work plan, and IGP. There are several teachers who attended seminars and trainings, but few of them have organized those kinds of activities, as we can see here in the data. For work-related factors, most of the teachers have 6 to 10 years length of service. Most of them are teacher 3. Meanwhile, most of the teachers have outstanding performance for the last 3 years. Meanwhile, most teachers have been rated by their master teachers. Others are rated by their head teachers, and some of them have officer in charge or teacher in charge as their raters. Then most of the teachers come from the mega type of schools, and rest of them came from large, medium, and small schools. Lastly, for the last 3 years, most teachers have attended only one RPMS-related training. Now may I show you the result of the extent of implementation of the 4 phases of the RPMS as assessed by teachers and implementers. Under phase 1, we could see the highest mean item. The highest mean for teachers, I should say, is in item number 8, which is all about the raters. The rater sees to it that the performance objectives are aligned with the duties and responsibilities of teachers, which is to a great extent, which is 4.18. And it is the same with the implementers, but it is a higher mean that fall under a very great extent. For the lowest mean, the item under number 1, the rater meets the teacher before the opening of classes for the performance planning and commitment is the lowest among the teacher's responses. It is to a great extent 3.84. Meanwhile, for implementers, the raters ensures that the individual performance and commitment review form is accomplished before the start of the rating period. It's to a great extent 4.45. We can see here the average mean of teachers is 4.025 to a great extent, while for implementers, it is 4.56, which is higher. It means to a very great extent. Let's go to phase 2. In phase 2, the highest weighted mean for teachers is item number 3. The rater provides meaningful and timely feedbacks after classroom observation to a great extent. For implementers, item number 6, the rater provides coaching to the ratee to improve work performance behavior, which is to a very great extent. For lowest weighted mean for teachers, it is item number 8. The rater models during demonstration teaching her teaching strategies for the ratee to observe for teachers' improvement to a great extent. I would like to note here, in all the 40 items given in the questionnaire, this item under modeling of raters has the lowest weighted mean. For the implementers, the lowest item for phase 2 is number 5. The rater practices the STAR approach in monitoring and coaching the teacher to a great extent. For the average mean of teachers, 4.02 for teachers, and then 4.55 to a very great extent for implementers. So it could be seen here that implementers rated again phase 2 as higher than the teachers. For the phase 3, the highest weighted mean item for the teacher is item number 4. The rater checks the validity and accuracy of the submitted documents on the teacher's portfolio to a great extent. Item number 7, the rater gives fair and objective rating on the behavioral competencies demonstrated by the teacher during the performance cycle to a very great extent. For implementers, under the lowest weighted mean of teachers, it is item number 1. The rater provides technical assistance in the preparation or finalization of teacher's portfolio. Meanwhile, for the implementers, it is item number 2. The rater encourages the ratee to do initial self-rating prior to the rater-ratee discussion, which is to a very great extent. Again, the implementers have higher average weighted mean than the teachers. Under phase 4, which is the last phase, the teachers have the highest weighted mean on item number 5. The rater discusses and provides qualitative comments, observations, and recommendations to the ratee. While implementers, it is item number 1. The rater and the ratee identify the strengths and development needs of teachers to a very great extent. The lowest weighted mean for teachers is item number 4. The rater sends the ratee to seminar and workshops for professional development. And it is the same with the implementers. As we can see in the average mean, teachers assess phase 4 for 4.02, while the implementers had its 4.49. So here, I would like to show you the overall level of implementation of the results-based performance management system as assessed by teachers and implementers. It's very clear here that the teachers have assessed the items lower than the implementers. However, the highest mean from all the phases is in phase 3, performance review and evaluation. Meanwhile, it could be gleaned in the data that there is a huge difference on the assessment of the two groups in the implementation of the RPMS. It shows that the implementers have higher level of assessment on the implementation of the RPMS, while teachers has not fully feel the very great extent of the implementation of the policy. In this slide, it showcases that there is really a significant difference in the extent of implementation of the 4 phases of the RPMS cycle. This finding confirmed that the implementers assess the implementation of the RPMS significantly higher than the assessment of teachers. This denotes that the implementers perceive that the provisions of processes of the RPMS is widely implemented, while the teachers are still yearning for more intensive implementation. In this chart, it reveals the result of the test of significant difference on the extent of implementation of the as assessed by teachers when grouped by their profiles. Firstly, personal factors is not significant. For the educational factors, only CPD on action research have significant difference on teachers' assessment. Teachers with action research have often leads to higher performance, and this may have led to a divergent assessment on the RPMS. For the work-related factors, 4 of them have association to the teacher's assessment. First is the position of freighter, and the other is the type of school. This is an indication that these two work-related profiles matter much on the teacher's assessment on the RPMS implementation. Meanwhile, another work-related factor which is significant is the IPCR rating. Lastly, RPMS-related training has also an association to the teacher's assessment on phase 3 of the RPMS cycle, which means that the teachers who attended trainings on the RPMS may have better understanding on the RPMS itself. Here, I would like to show you a summary of the themes gathered from the experiences of teachers on the 4 phases of the RPMS cycle, which were taken from the responses of teachers and implementers on the focus group discussion. For the favorable experiences of teachers, 3 themes were highlighted. First is the provision of technical assistance because of the capacity building activities, monitoring teachers' progress. And the second is positive reinforcement and motivation because according to them, there are encouragements to perform better, good feedback mechanism, intrinsic motivation, and school-based performance rewarding. The last favorable experience is the objective assessment process. This is due to the felt transparency in the performance appraisal and trust in the performance appraisal process. On the other hand, it is unfortunate that there are more teams under unfavorable experiences. First is the lack of structured support due to the lack of pre-planning, support, and assistance, insufficient modeling of teaching pedagogy. Second is time constraints due to insufficient time for provision of TA in various phases, overloaded tasks, and late provisions of guidelines. The third is subjectivity of assessment, unclear remarks in the given rating, and absence or trivial second review. The fourth is communication gaps because of lack of clarifications and monitoring. The fifth is performance appraisal anxiety due to pressures in supervision and performance appraisal. And the last one is the weak reward system of the RPMS due to the dissatisfaction on the reward mechanism and lack of incentive, lack of monetary incentive, I should say. Hence, a proposed policy reform in the RPMS cycle to address the implementation and challenges in this policy was crafted. Here are the 4 phases of the RPMS wherein activities were highlighted here. For the phase 1, there should be allocating dedicated time for performance planning and commitment and implementing RPMS-related training for policy implementer. For phase 2, there should be revitalizing of instructional leadership of raters and strengthening quality teacher mentoring and coaching. Phase 3, strengthening second review in the performance review and evaluation, and providing technical assistance in portfolio preparation. For the last phase, it is proposed to have the granting recognition and incentives to performers and improving workload management. Here are, I would like to discuss shortly this part of the study, but I would like just to highlight that the significant difference on teachers with action research is supported by researchers, which means that um, there are still very few respondents who do research despite benefits, and this is supported by research studies. This low assessment given by teachers with research to RPMS may be explained by the fact that the raters have also limited knowledge about research and have no time to conduct research themselves. This is from Abasolo et al. 2021 and Areno 2020. And significant difference on work-related profile is revealed that significant differences are on rater position, school type, IPCR rating, and RPMS training. For phase 3, which is the most intensively implemented among the 4 phases, this consensus underscores the crucial role of transparency and consistency in the RPMS evaluation for building trust and confidence among educators. This emphasizes that despite the weaknesses or challenges in the RPMS, still the evaluation process itself is the most extensively implemented. Under phase 2, which has the lowest implementation level, this is attributed to the documented inadequacies in providing assistance and feedback to teachers within performance management systems, as supported also by studies. I would like to focus on the favorable experiences of teachers and implementers on the 4 phases of the RPMS cycle, which explains the favorable experiences of teachers on having TA, positive reinforcement, motivation, and objective assessment process. Here are what literature says. Implementers have shown unwavering dedication in their duties and responsibilities as main source of support and assistance to teachers while sustaining objectivity in the various facets in the RPMS. They also innovate ways to fulfill their duties and continually strive to enhance the performance of teachers under their supervision. And literature says the aligned this is aligned to the findings of studies that Filipino teachers who are known for their dedication, teachers find satisfaction in their accomplishment even with no reward. And there is the opportunity to present their accomplishments, and the presence of review of portfolios put emphasis on the transparency in the evaluation procedures, and this creates opportunities for self-reflection. On the other hand, the unfavorable experiences could also be explained by the support literature studies, which says that with the teacher's failure to experience support and assistance which are expected from the RPMS implementers, they also fail to avail opportunities for improved performance. The raters lack the necessary skills to provide adequate technical assistance due to insufficient knowledge, significantly hampers their ability to fully implement the performance management system. The anxiety caused by low level of confidentiality on the performance rating, which was also noted from the responses of this study, while open communication alleviates teachers' anxiety and perceived stress among teachers. Lastly, intrinsic motivation alone does not suffice, as researchers suggest, rewards significantly boost teachers' performance, while monetary incentives show a direct association with improved performance. Hence, here are the conclusions of the study. The RPMS in the public schools of the Division of Cagayan was extensively implemented. The hypotheses of the study are rejected since there were noteworthy differences in how teachers and implementers assess the 4 phases of the RPMS, as well as when teachers are grouped according to their profiles. There were significant differences, as mentioned. Goal setting, monitoring, assessing, and rewarding in the RPMS implementation are considerably observed despite hindrances and challenges. Hence, challenges experienced in its implementation primarily stem from time time constraints caused by overwhelming tasks. Here are the recommendations for the study and the implications for further research. For the department, the DepEd top management should improve the performance rewarding system. SDO Cagayan should adopt the proposed policy reform in this study. For the implementers, they should persist in their innovative efforts to motivate and reward teachers and be updated with the current trends in giving TA and modeling good teaching practices. For teachers, teachers should continuously implement their best practices in the teaching learning process and sustain their dedication and commitment despite challenges. Further studies, further research may focus on the master teachers as exemplars of good teaching practices. Studies on the creation and validation of the RPMS assessment tool is also recommended. Thank you so much for listening. Efficient evaluation results to higher performance.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Brasila, for sharing your expertise and contributing to the intellectual richness of our community through your study. At this juncture, to award the certificate, may I request again Ma'am Andres to share to us the certificate on the screen. Ma'am Anne, kindly share the certificate sa screen po. Certificate of appreciation is also given to Priscilla Lecupa Maed. It's grateful recognition for presenting her research entitled Teacher's Journey in the RPMS Cycle, a basis for a proposed policy reform in the implementation of the RPMS during the Graduate School Research Forum held on May 11, 2024 at the University of St. Louis, Tuguegarao City. Given this 11th day of May in the year of our Lord 2024. Signed, Dr. Pyrene Tiquilang, Dean of School of Graduate Studies and Continuing Professional Development, and Dr. Emmanuel James P. Pataguan, Vice President for Academics. Thank you so much, Ma'am Priscilla, for that very insightful presentation. Down to our second to the last presenter, may I call on Ma'am Gril Armada Maed, EDD student, for her presentation.
Morning po, everyone.
Good morning, Ma'am.
Kita na po ba yung screen?
Yes, Ma'am, visible na po.
So, good morning everyone once again. So, the title of my study is Teachers' Core Behavioral Competence, Teaching Performance, and Pedagogical Practices in Multi-Grade Education. So, based on the 2019 review of current situation and practices, multi-grade schools, wala na ako ni. Naririnig po ba?
Loud
Yes,
and clear po.
Okay. Based on the 2019 review of current situations and practices of multi-grade schools in the Philippines, there are 8,379 multi-grade schools out of the 38,911 public schools in the Philippines. With this number, 6.02% of the total population schools comes from the Cordillera Administrative Region, where the division of Kalinga belongs. Due to its geographical location, unfortunately, most of the pieces of literature dealt more with the difficulties in the multi-grade education. In addition, most of the studies also focus on the effect and experiences of learners on the said program. Only a few of them expose the pedagogical strategies that are also done in this area of teaching. In addition, no published study was conducted looking into multi-grade teachers' competence and performance, hence the study is conducted. Generally, so for the research objectives, generally, this study was conducted to determine the core behavioral competence, teaching performance, and pedagogical practices of multi-grade teachers in the school's division of Kalinga. Specifically, this study sought to determine the profile of the multi-grade teachers of the 7 districts of the division of Kalinga as to age, sex, civil status, highest educational attainment, teaching position, district assignment, years of multi-grade teaching experience, number of grade levels handled, class size for each grade level, number of training attended on multi-grade teaching for the past 3 years, and distance of residence from school. B. Determine the core behavioral competence of multi-grade teachers for the past 3 school years. Determine the teaching performance of multi-grade teachers for the past school years. 3. D. Whether or not there is a significant difference in the core behavioral competence of multi-grade teachers when grouped according to profile of variables. E. Whether or not there is a significant difference in teaching performance of multi-grade teachers when grouped according to profile of variables. Determine the pedagogical practices of multi-grade teachers during the pre-pandemic, pandemic, and transition phases. And G. Determine the issues and challenges of teachers in teaching multi-grade classes during the pandemic, pre-pandemic, pandemic, and transition phases. For the materials and method, this study was conducted among the different multi-grade schools in the division of Kalinga, which is composed of 7 districts, which are Balbalan, Lugbagan, Pinokpok, Basil Rizal, Tanudan, and Tinglayan. So for the respondents of the study, there were 114 multi-grade teachers of the different districts of the division of Kalinga. Most teachers are assigned in Balbalan and Rizal. As to be seen in this table, there are 22 in each district, which is 19.30%. For the data analysis, independent sample t-tests and one-way analysis of variance were used to determine significant difference on the core behavioral competence and teaching performance when grouped according to profile of variables. Thematic analysis was used to determine the different pedagogical practices of multi-grade teachers during the pre-pandemic, pandemic, and transition phases. It was also used to explore the different issues and challenges of teachers in teaching multi-grade classes during the pre-pandemic, pandemic, and post-pandemic phase. For the result, for the profile of the respondents, as to be seen in the table, for district assignment, most teachers are assigned in Balbalan and Rizal district. And as to age, most of the multi-grade teachers belong to 26 to 38 years old. And for the sex, most teachers are female. And for the civil status, most teachers are married. And as to highest educational attainment, most teachers only belong to BEd graduate and some BEd with MA units. For the teaching position, most are teacher 3 in position, and years of teaching in multi-grade, as to be seen in this table, the teachers in teaching multi-grade are young. They only belong to 1 to 5 years of teaching. So as to be seen, the frequency 70 and the percentage is 61.4. So for the number of grade levels handled, most are only handling 2 to 3 classes. And for the class size, most teachers or most class have 11 to 15 learners only in each class. And number of training attended in multi-grade teaching, in here we can see that multi-grade teachers have only few training because most belong to 1 to 5 training only. And for the school classification, most teachers are in complete elementary. For the distance of residence from school, can be seen in this table that teachers teaching multi-grade are not resident in school because most of them are in 5 kilometers from the school, which can be seen in this table that there are 52 and 45.6%. For the core behavioral competencies of multi-grade teachers, as to be seen in this table, the teachers' performance are very satisfactory in all the core behavioral. For the teaching performance of multi-grade teachers, most belong to outstanding performance. So multi-grade teachers are outstanding. For table 4, it can be shown from the result that there is a significant difference in the core behavioral competencies of multi-grade teachers along self-management, professionalism, and ethics, and teamwork when grouped according to educational attainment. Specifically, teachers with master's degree have higher level of assignment on self-management, professionalism, and teamwork than teachers with a bachelor's degree in elementary education and teachers with master's degree unit. There is also a significant difference in the core behavioral competence of multi-grade teachers along the professionalism and ethics and teamwork when grouped according to teaching position. Result of the post hoc test analysis revealed that teachers with teacher 2 and teacher 3 positions have higher level of assessment in the professionalism and ethics than teachers with teacher 1 position. Furthermore, teachers with teacher 3 position have higher level of assessment on teamwork than teachers with teacher 1 position. On one hand, significant difference also exists in the core behavioral competence of multi-grade teachers along the innovation when grouped according to class size. Specifically, multi-grade teachers with a bigger number of pupils in the classroom have a higher level of assessment in terms of innovation than those teachers with lesser number of pupils in the classroom. For table 5, performance based on the PSRF rating group by their profile of variables. The findings suggest that there is a significant difference in the teaching performance of multi-grade teachers when grouped according to teaching position, hence the null hypothesis is rejected. The table shows statistically significant difference in the performance rating of teachers with varying teaching positions. Further analysis using the post hoc test revealed that teacher 3's performance rating differs considerably from teacher 1 and 2. They have a higher performance rating compared to those who hold teacher 1 and teacher 2 position. Meanwhile, there is no significant difference in respondents' teaching performance when grouped according to district age, civil status, educational attainment, years in teaching multi-grade, number of grade levels handled, class size, training attended related to multi-grade education, school classification, and distance of residence from the school. Hence, it failed to reject the null hypothesis. This means that the teaching performance of multi-grade teachers does not vary in terms of this profile of variables. For the pedagogical practices employed by the multi-grade teachers before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and transition phases, they have applied full group instruction, small group instruction, individual instruction, cooperative learning, and differentiated assignment. For the pedagogical practices employed by multi-grade teachers during the COVID pandemic, they have applied blended learning, synchronous and asynchronous instruction, individualized support, parental involvement, and for the pedagogical practices of multi-grade teachers during the transition phase, the multi-grade teachers applied rotational learning, blended instruction, flexible grouping, formative assessment, and formative assessment. As to issues and challenges experienced by teachers in teaching multi-grade classes or environment, they have varying learning needs, limited learning resources, and time management, heavy teacher workload, limited paper and teacher collaboration, peer and teacher collaboration, assessment and evaluation. And for the conclusion, multi-grade teachers obtained a very satisfactory rating in the core behavioral competence. Multi-grade teachers are considered to have an exceptional level of performance. Multi-grade teachers employed a variety of pedagogical practices to effectively manage and cater to the diverse learning needs of their students in the different phases prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, during the pandemic, and during the transition phases. Still, they experience some issues and challenges that may affect the delivery of education to multi-grade children. For the recommendation, ba't nawala yung isa? For the recommendation, the Department of Education may provide ongoing professional development opportunities for multi-grade teachers to enhance their pedagogical skills and adaptability. Training session and workshops can focus on topics such as blended learning strategies, effective use of technology, differentiated instruction, and cooperative learning techniques. The school must ensure that multi-grade teachers have access to a variety of teaching resources, both online and offline. This includes providing digital platforms, educational software, multimedia resources, and printed materials to support their instruction in both face-to-face and remote learning environments. Multi-grade school may foster strong partnership between multi-grade teachers and parents by promoting regular communication, sharing learning resources, and involving parents in their children's education, and to provide guidance and resources for parents to support their children's learning at home, especially during times of remote or blended learning. The department may allocate adequate resources, including instructional materials, textbook, and teaching aids specifically designed for multi-grade classrooms, and to ensure that teachers have access to a variety of resources that cater to the diverse needs and grade levels of their student. And the school may explore strategies such as block scheduling, flexible timetabling, and prioritization techniques to ensure that each grade level receives sufficient instructional time without compromising the overall curriculum. The department must recognize and address the heavy workload faced by multi-grade teachers by providing adequate support, including administrative assistance, collaborative planning time, and additional resources. And future researchers may examine effective classroom management strategies for multi-grade classroom, including behavior management techniques, time management strategies, and strategies for fostering collaboration and peer interaction. Future researchers may examine the effectiveness of policies and systems that support multi-grade education, including funding mechanism, resource allocation, strategies, curriculum design, and assessment framework. And lastly, future researchers may explore multi-grade education in different cultural and geographical contexts to gain a deeper understanding of the challenges, successes, and unique aspects of multi-grade classroom across diverse settings. Thank you very much.
Thank you so A gentle reminder for all the participants to kindly mute your microphone to avoid disturbances of presenting. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much, Ma'am Grill, for your valuable contribution to our collective knowledge. Your work not only sheds light on important issues, but also inspires us for further exploration. And to award the certificate, Ma'am Anne.
Will you please,
Certificate of Appreciation is also awarded to Bril Armada Maed. It's grateful recognition for presenting her research entitled Teachers' Core Behavior Competence, Teaching Performance and Pedagogical Practices in Multi-Grade Education during the Graduate School Research Forum held on May 11, 2024 at the University of St. Louis, Tuguegarao City, given this 11th day of May in the year of our Lord 2024. Signed, Dr. Pyrin Tikilang, Dean of School of Graduate Studies and Continuing Professional Development, and Dr. Emmanuel James P. Pataguan, Vice President for Academics. Once again, thank you, Ma'am Grail, for that wonderful presentation. At this juncture, for our last presenter, may I call on Ma'am Nena Basa Maed, EDB student, to share to us her study. May I request once again, Ma'am Nena Basa, you may now start with your presentation now.
It's a pen.
So ang zodiac ni Tito kay Leo. Leo ang zodiac kay since
Scorpio.
ay ano ko ha. Saka ang sayo ko ano?
Scorpio.
Papo kay Taurus. Ikaw? Virgo. Virgo. So mga Scorpio, so mga ugly.
Excuse me for a while, Ma'am Basa. Ma'am, wala pong audio. Wala pa rin po. Ma'am, still no audio po. Ma'am, kindly check po dun sa select microphone po kung naka-earphones po kayo or headphones.
Ma'am Nena, are you ready?
Hello?
Okay, loud and clear.
Hello, meron na po ba, sir?
Meron na po, meron na ma'am.
Hello po?
Meron na, we can...
Meron na po ba?
Yes,
Meron na po
ma'am.
ba?
You.
Meron na, sir, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, sorry po. Sorry, sir. Sorry po. Okay, so for my introduction, my title, Factors Affecting Non-Promotion of Teachers of Public Elementary Schools, Basis for Policy Reform. Many occupations and all professions provide their recruits with opportunity to advance their careers by allowing them to advance through a clearly defined promotion hierarchy. Promotion can therefore be regarded as a passage to a higher rank, Pay recognition, desirable work assignments, autonomy, and participation are some of the other benefits. Employees are likely to reduce their efforts if rewards are allocated solely based on the performance factors such as seniority, job title, or across-the-board pay raises. For the research gap, despite the different initiatives of DepEd in terms of teachers' professionalization and promotion, still it has become a major issue in the Philippines school administration, and it deserves more academic attention. One of the reasons for this is the introduction of the school-based management, which has influenced and shaped the country's school administration. In addition, last school year 2020, there are over 900 regular personnel that the Department of Education employs, and more than 800,000 of them are teachers. However, with this percentage entry-level teachers, while there are only 7.3% of the total that are occupied by the master teachers. Furthermore, the slow processing of the promotion in DepEd in the imposition of numerous requirements and certain limitations, such as the scarcity of plantilla items for higher positions and the setting of ratios between teaching items, all impede the teacher's career advancement. These problems in the system of promotion have kept teachers at the entry level or teacher one position for almost 15 or more than years, with many of them retiring as teacher one. For the objectives of the study, number one, what is the profile of the respondents along the following: their sex, age, civil status, higher educational attainment, teaching position, years in the current teaching position, number of trainings attended for the past 3 years, field of specialization, school affiliation, number of subject preparations, teaching performance for the past 3 years, and attended duties. And number two, what are the factors influencing the non-promotion of teachers in their teaching rank along the following: person-related factors, school-related factors, administrative and leadership-related factors, community-related factors, scholastic factors. Number three, is there a significant difference in the factors influencing the non-promotion of teachers in their teaching rank and group according to the profile variables? And number four, what are the issues and challenges experienced by the teachers in their promotion to the next rank? And the last, what proposed policy review or reform be developed to address the issues and challenges of teachers in the promotion? For the methods, I have used mixed methods, and the local of the study are the teachers, elementary teachers of the division of Kalinga, with the respondents, the purposive sampling, which include the teachers from 5 years in the current position, 5 years, more than 5 years in the current position. And I utilized checklist, validated questionnaires, and focus group discussion in the gathering of data. For the results and discussion, we have, oh my God, so profile of the respondents, we have here, most of the respondents were female, and along the age, most of them had a bracket of 40 to 49 years old, and most of them are married. For the highest degree, educational degree, with with master's degree units, and for the number of years in the current position, 5 to 10 years in years. Then factors affecting non-promotion of teachers, we have person-related factors, school-related factors, administrative and leadership factors, community-related factors, and scholastic factors. For the factors affecting non-promotion of teachers along personal-related factors, we have there as shown in the table that we have the lack of documents needed for promotion had a very great extent, and almost of them are with less extent, except for the uncompetitive salary and low income level and poor intellectual scholastic. we have also the factors affecting the non-promotion of teachers along school-related factors. For this item, we have the item number 1, which is heavy appended duties had the great extent of the among the factor or among the items. And for the factors along administrative leadership related factors, we have the all of them had a great extent. However, administrative ability of the school leaders and the school head allows participation in the contrary education has the same mean percentage, which contains the highest mean percentage. And we have also the community related factors, which is the political issue that hinders teacher promotion has the highest mean percentage. However, these had a great factors on the promotion of the teachers. And then along the scholastic related factors, we have the research and development has almost all the items have a great extent. However, the research and development had the greatest mean. And then for the significant difference in the respondents' assessment of the factors affecting non-promotion of teachers, we have there along the scholastic related factors, male, female had the greatest mean. And then we have also the school-related factors when grouped according to age. The ages 50 above has the greatest mean. And then for the factors, I cannot see. Significant factors. Ma'am Grail, kindly help me here. I cannot see this one. Ay, ano siya? Hindi, hindi ko makita. Ayan, ano siya. Okay, sorry. Ano siya. Hindi ayan, hindi ko kasi makita. Okay, for the significant difference in the respondents' assessment of the factors affecting the non-promotion of teachers along personal and school-related factors when grouped according to number of years in the current position. For the for personal factor, we have the above 31 years had the greatest mean, and for the school factors, we have the 26 to 30 years has the greatest mean. Andre, naglalag tong laptop. Okay, for the significant difference in the assessment of the factors affecting non-promotion of teachers along personal and scholastic related factors when grouped according to the field of specialization, personal factor under the field of specialization, general education has the greatest mean, and for the scholastic, we have the general, still the general education. And for the factors as along the factors, the significant difference, the respondents' assessment of the factors affecting non-promotion of teachers along school administrative and leadership and community-related factors when grouped according to the community work. We have there for the school 3 to 4 committee work at the greatest mean, and administrative and leadership. For administrative leadership, we have more than 5 as the greatest mean, and for the community, more than 5 committee work has the greatest mean. Pasensya ng ayaw. My God, nagahang ko sa inyo. Sorry po. For the issues and challenges experienced by the teachers in their non-promotion for the next rank, we have there the limited opportunities for promotion, inadequate professional development, heavy workload and time constraints. Then we have perceived subjectivity towards other teacher applicants. And for the proposed policy review reform, to address teachers' promotion issues and challenges, we have promotion criteria and evaluation framework, enhancing and scholastic related factors, recognition and incentives and professional development, strengthening administrative and leadership support, leadership training and collaborative decision making, and addressing school-related and person-related factors, workload management, professional environment, and comprehensive professional development. Okay, ensuring fairness and objectivity, A, promotion criteria, and B, evaluation and promotion standards. For enhancing professional development and growth, streamlining administrative tasks, allocating dedicated time for professional development, providing support and resources, and encouraging collaboration and peer learning. For the conclusion of this study, Ma'am Gray, nag-ano na naman? Huh? Ah? So, hindi ito yung start niya. The results reveal that various factors significantly affect the non-promotion of teachers. Among these factors, scholastic-related factors emerge as the most influential, highlighting the importance placed on teachers' academic abilities and intellectual contributions for promotion. Administrative and leadership-related factors also play a significant role, emphasizing teachers' relationships with school leadership and their involvement in administrative tasks. School-related factors and personal-related factors are similarly impactful, pointing to the influence of personal attributes and issues related to the school environment and resources on non-promotion. Final itong, alam mo yan, sorry, naglalag itong laptop ko. Ayaw mo. Okay, finally, while it's still considerable, community-related factors appear to have a slightly lesser impact on determining teachers' non-promotion. These findings highlight the complex interplay of factors affecting promotion opportunities for teachers and underscore the need for comprehensive support and improvement measures in various areas to enhance teachers' prospect for advancement. Knowledge on the teacher promotion, non-promotion, by identifying and analyzing a comprehensive set of factors, including scholastic-related factors, administrative and leadership-related factors, school-related factors, person-related factors, and community-related factors. Unlike previous studies, this research delves deeper in the unique challenges faced by teachers in the Philippines, shedding light on issues such as heavy workload, inadequate professional development opportunities, and perceived subjectivity in the promotion process. By providing a nuanced understanding of these factors, this study offers valuable insights for policymakers, administrators, and educators seeking to enhance the promotion prospect and professional growth of teachers. Furthermore, it underscores the importance of implementing targeted interventions and reforms to create a supportive and conducive environment for teachers' advancement in the education system. Okay, for the recommendation, the Department of Education can use these findings to inform the development of policies related to teacher promotion. Number 2, based on the identified factors, the Department of Education can design and implement training programs and professional development opportunities to address the areas that impact teachers' promotion. Number 3, recognizing the influence of school-related factors and person-related factors on non-promotion. Schools can work towards creating a supportive school environment. Number 4, the Department of Education can establish mechanisms to monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of their initiatives aimed to addressing the identified factors. Number 5, future researchers can conduct longitudinal studies that can provide a deeper understanding of the factors influencing teacher promotion over an extended period. And conducting intervention studies that implement targeted support measures in the specific areas can assess the effectiveness of interventions in improving promotion opportunities for teachers, and for further research can investigate the influence of equity and factors on the teacher's promotion. And
Thank you so much, Ma'am Nena, for your work significantly advances our understanding of the subject matter and leaves a lasting impact on our academic community. And once again, to award the certificate of appreciation, may I request Ma'am Ann to kindly share the certificate. Certificate of appreciation is also given to Nena Basa Maed. It's grateful recognition for presenting her research entitled Factors Affecting Non-Promotion of Teachers in Basic Education, Basis for Policy Reform during the Graduate School Research Forum held on May 11, 2024 at the University of St. Louis, Tuguegarao City, given this 11th day of May in the year of our Lord 2024. Signed, Dr. Pyrene Tiquilang, Dean of School of Graduate Studies and Continuing Professional Development, and Dr. Emmanuel James P. Pataguan, Vice President for Academics. To our presenters, thank you for your valuable time and for sharing your remarkable achievement to us today. It is indeed through research we uncover insights that shape our perceptions, inform our decisions, and drive progress across all domains of human endeavor. With that being said, research fosters critical thinking and intellectual curiosity, encouraging us to question assumptions, explore alternative perspectives, and seek evidence-based solutions to complex problems. May all the researches presented today empower us to confront challenges with an open mind, with a rigorous approach, leading to more informed decisions and meaningful outcome. At this juncture, may I invite our beloved Dean of the Graduate School for the Continuing Studies for some announcement.
First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all the presenters, the facilitators, of course, the Master of Ceremony, Mr. Banera, the graduate school faculty who are present in this Zoom room, as well as the graduate students. And also our Vice President for Academics, for your contributions and participation during our graduate school forum. I hope that this conference was a good forum for us to exchange research experiences and a great platform for us to be empowered to build a knowledge community. Let the graduate school be the home of breakthroughs through these researches presented. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. At this juncture, we will continue with our face-to-face classes this afternoon. You can start at 1 o'clock, and I do hope all classes of the cycle 4 will have their face-to-face. But if it's in the monitoring form that you have a online class, then you can now proceed with your online class in the afternoon. So that's all about the what we call now the reminder for the graduate school this afternoons.
Thank you so much, Doc Pai. Formally end this research forum, may I invite Ma'am Priscilla Lecupa to lead us the closing prayer.
May we feel the presence of the Lord for our closing prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. As we conclude this gathering of minds and hearts and spirits, dear Lord, we offer our deepest gratitude for the opportunity to engage in this research forum. We are thankful for the insights shared, the questions raised, and the connections we made during this forum. May the seeds of ideas planted here grow into fruitful endeavors and benefit not only our university community, but also in the wider world, especially in the aspect of research and education. Bless the researchers, educators, students, and administrators whose dedication enriches our understanding on their fields of expertise. May their work be guided by integrity, compassion, and commitment to excellence. As we depart from this online forum, may we carry the humility to spread wisdom, collaboration, and service with us. Let us be mindful of our responsibility to use our knowledge for the greater good and to uplift the people around us. We are grateful, Lord, for the dedication of all involved, for the tireless efforts of the organizers, presenters, and attendees. We also thank you, Lord, for without you, we can never succeed with our plans and our goals. We ask for your continued guidance and blessing on our journey of learning. In the mighty name of Jesus, your Son, we pray. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Ma'am Priscilla. And once again, thank you everyone for attending this research forum. And together, let's continue to push the boundaries of research and innovation. And may we continue also to explore new frontiers and drive positive change through research. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you po.